Next, from the Robert F. Kennedy Stadium in Washington, D.C., a look at the annual Congressional baseball game. This competition between congressional Republicans and Democrats is a long-held tradition. And again this year, Illinois Congressman John Shimkus pitched for the Republicans. Our story is reported by Mitch Wu of our Washington Bureau and runs about 8 minutes.
Usually, you'll find Republicans and Democrats settling their differences in the halls of Congress. But not tonight, because this evening the Republicans face off with the Democrats here at RFK Stadium for the 46th annual Roll Call Congressional baseball game. The Republicans have dominated this tradition, winning 31 of the last 45 games, thanks to players like Illinois Congressman John Shimkus.
We'll see on the clock today, but hopefully the low 70s, 72, 73. I throw a curveball and a slider, and if I'm lucky, every once in a while my screwball might move. I have to throw that to left-handed batters. But yeah.
The Congressman may be the only Illinois representative here tonight. With his record, he's the only player our state needs to contribute. He's thrown 3 complete games in his previous 3 starts, including a 7-hitter last year in which he allowed only 1 unearned run.
He's a real gung-ho guy. He's a delight to have on the team. He comes out, works hard, and he's going to be our starting pitcher, but he can also catch. He can play the infield, the outfield, and he's a real good hitter. So we're really glad that he decided to run as a Republican. He's one of the better players on the field on either side of the diamond.
Coming into this year's game, the Republicans are hoping to extend a 6-game winning streak. But this year's different. The Democrats have new, younger players in their lineup, including some heavy-duty power and former NFL quarterback Heath Schuler.
They've been talking a big game for the last month and a half. They don't look quite as sure of themselves now that we're out here on the field looking them eyeball to eyeball. But they are a younger team. They won some tough elections, and they have some guys that are 5 to 10 years younger than us. So that should make it more competitive.
They're a lot and younger. We've been playing now. This is our 11th year, and the lineup's pretty well been the same, except I used to catch.
Yep.
So they got some new, fresh faces. You don't know what they're going to do. Of course, they have, Heath Schuler, who was a former NFLer. So they say he can swing the bat pretty good. He can't run anymore. His legs are so destroyed, but he can still swing the bat. So We'll see.
Faced with a tougher team, can Shimkus go the distance one more time?
Well, you don't know. It's pretty humid out here, but we will. We always try. I think any pitcher would rather go the whole game, but we'll see how the game tempo comes out.
Yeah. John's certainly capable of pitching a complete game. If we get a little ahead, I may want to bring the Senate in and let them give us a breather. It's hard to get any work out of the Senate, so when I get a senator out here to actually play, I want to play that senator as much as I can.
Well, 2 years ago, Ensign pitched. I had open heart surgery, so I couldn't pitch that game. I pitched 1 inning during that game. So Ensign really threw 6 out of 7. So he's a lot different style, and him coming in, throwing his stuff is a lot different than mine. He might be very successful. He's really we're really the 1-2 punch, and if we can go, the only reason we would go deep is if we both broke down, and we hope that doesn't happen.
Does this game actually have any impact about the working relationship with them at all? Because how sometimes it kind of bleeds. It's just a game, but sometimes you play with your friends.
Well, this game helps because you have great friends. We played for 10 years. It helps us in our relationships. We tell these stories for years on end, and this is one of the good things about the experience that this game helps in our camaraderie and allowing us to be more bipartisan. Because you're not a guy that you've dealt with out here and played with for years. You know him as a person, you have the same likes, and I think it helps. It doesn't bleed over negatively.
Shimkus is shutting them down the whole game. It's exciting. It's my first congressional baseball game, so I'm excited to be out here. It's been a lot of fun. We caught a baseball, and tomorrow we're going to send it over to Shimkus' office and try to get him to sign it as a little memento from tonight's game.
In the end, Shimkus earned his fourth complete game victory with a final score of 5-2.
John is such a competitor, and he was on tonight. I mean, we started throwing junk early and fastballs toward the end, and it was just, I tell you, that the Democrats, my hat's off to them. They did a fantastic job. This is the best prepared Democrat team we faced in 5 years.
But of course, the real winners tonight are the Washington Literacy Council and the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Washington.
This one fundraising event is like the lion's share of their money. So it's a great time for everybody. You come out, you see a little of America's pastime, and you really help some kids that really need it. So it's a great evening.
Absolutely. Actually, I got one other question.
Yeah, sure.
What does it feel like to actually play like a real major league stadium? Because it's one thing to kind of play every kid dreams about this. This is the actual stadium that they play real games on. I mean, even if you're a congressman, that's gotta be a thrill, right?
I didn't sleep last night, and I've been nervous all day, and about 3 o'clock I couldn't do anything, just concentrated on the game. It's like being 18 again. I mean, the brain says 18, the body says 46, but the brain says 18.
So another congressional baseball game has come and gone, but they'll be back next year. So until then, this is Mitch Wu for the Illinois Channel.
You're watching the Illinois Channel, an independent nonprofit corporation formed to provide gavel-to-gavel coverage of Illinois state government and other public affairs events taking place across Illinois.